Okay, just so you know, OneNote actually will interact or interface, I guess, with Microsoft Outlook, you know, the emailing program. And not a lot here, but enough, I think, to give you some ideas. So one of the things I want to show you is the Outlook task capability here, okay, which is going to be this guy right here. Now, we can actually type in a task that we want to take care of at some point, all right? By putting it in here and marking it as an Outlook task, it will also put that task in our task list in Outlook, all right? And then from either side, we can track the task, in other words, eventually get it done, and then mark it as complete and all that, all right? But it's just kind of a nice thing to be able to put the task in here where probably it belongs the best, but also have access to it reminding you that you need to take care of it while you're in Outlook, all right? So let's go ahead, we'll just do it right here. We're going to figure out a number of different tasks that we need to take care of. So I know one of them is going to be that we need to make an appointment for Spike. That's our dog, all right? So we need to have an appointment with the vet, let's say. Next one would be to, we'll give it some room here. On this one here, actually I'll bring that back here. Next one here, let's say, would be that we need to make meeting date for budget, all right? And another one would be make meeting for new hires or something like that, all right? So we're going to talk amongst ourselves about that, all right? So that'll be good. Those three would be fine. Now, once we've done that, what we do next, and I'll just click at the beginning or somewhere, in the first line there, go to Outlook Tasks, and I'm going to set this up for a task that needs to be done this week, okay? So this week means that it's going to be due on Friday, okay? So we definitely need to make this appointment for Spike by Friday, okay? So we'll do that. That'll be the first one there. Now, I go to my second one here, and this is for the budget. I'll go back up to here, and I'll say, okay, now this one, I need to do that tomorrow, all right? So I'll do that one there. And then another one be put together a meeting for the new hires, and we'll go ahead and we'll set that up for next week. Now, next week just means by next Friday. All right, so now you can actually see what we have here, okay? And at this point, all we will have to do is just click on each of these flags to mark them complete. But before I do that, let me show you how they show up in Microsoft Outlook. So let me launch into Outlook. Okay, there we go. And then if I go over to the View tab, if you don't already have this turned on, go down here to To-Do bar and tell it I want to see the tasks. And that will show you then all of your tasks. And that's pretty neat. So let's say later on, you for whatever reason, you get done with making the meetings for the new hires. So you already made that meeting, right? So we're going to go ahead and I'm going to click onto here. Now that's going to mark, when I click that, it disappears because now it's marked as complete. It's done, all right? Now I'm going to go ahead and close this up for now. Now back over here, you'll see how a little check mark goes in there to mark it as marked as complete. Now at this end, if I went in there and let's say did the first one and I clicked onto that, that marks that as complete. Now I'll go back into Outlook. You can see this now. And now that is gone as well, see? Now this one here, I'll click onto that. That's marked as complete. I'll close it up. And then in a few seconds, you'll see that turn to being complete. 1, 2, 3, complete. Come on, complete. It has delay. Sometimes it's right away. Other times it takes a few seconds more. Oh, there it goes. Okay, so there you go. Pretty neat stuff. Now this definitely would have been something that you might have put a tag on. We might have just gone to just this first one right here, and we could have gone in there and set up, you know, some sort of a tag for it. Maybe we could have had this to be like a to-do type tag, all right? So we put that on there. You could put a little check mark in that. That might not be the best. Let me just hit undo on that one. It might be just, I'm doing that for it again. All right. It might just be something where it might be a to-do list. So maybe what I'll do is I'll just go back up here and just give it the name to-do. So I'll just say new tag, to-dos, something like that. And on that one, I can just go ahead and put some sort of like a check mark kind of thing on it. So maybe I'll go with this one here. All right, and then go ahead and hit OK. There's my to-do. So now, up at the top of the list there will be my to-dos. I can just click onto that, and there we go. So I guess you get a little check mark on it. But I don't know, I just thought that might be kind of a good idea there. Maybe not, I don't know. All right, so pretty good stuff. Okay, let's try something else here. Now I'm going to go ahead, and I'm just from this tab here, this section, I'm just going to go down here, and this is going to be, I'm going to call this one meeting 10/10, something like that, right? And I'll hit the enter key, and there is that part. Now, I can either, what I'm doing here is I want to create a some sort of a page to keep track of that meeting with. So I guess the more I think about it, it'd probably even be better to come up with one of the page templates to make this look, you know, pretty professional and everything. So let's just do that instead. So I'm going to go back over into Insert, right? Go to my page templates, all right? And then page templates. They'll open up the panel here. I'll go into Business, right? And I'll go with maybe the detailed meeting notes. All right, so I'll click onto that. Gives me a whole new page there. And on this one here, for the meeting title, I'll just put in there something like meeting at 10/10, something like that, all right? And I have all my information in there. What I can also do is, if this meeting was something that was scheduled, what I can also do is go in and go to my Home tab here and go to where it says Meeting Details, click onto there, click onto this, and then I can kind of scroll through my days and find something, you know, that would be for this meeting here, right? So there it is, and let's just say it's this one here, right? And I click on to Insert Details. And I could maybe even go in there and change the date to the real date. So I can do it like that. And I can just type in, let's say 5/21 or something like that. All right, just have a name in there. And there we go. So that covers those two things. Now, I get done here and I'm filling all this out. And then what I want to do is send somebody a copy of this, all right? Maybe somebody that wasn't attending the meeting, but they want to know what went on. And of course, I put all information in there as the meeting progressed. And now I want this person to have this information. Now, of course, if we were sharing the notebook with them, then they could go in there and they could dig it. But even if that were the case, I still want to just send this via email to them so they have it right there and not have to go and search for it. So what we're going to do here is we're going to go here and click onto where it says email page. Now I click onto that, all right? Boom, and then this just pops up and there's the information. So you don't get the graphics in there, but you get everything else about it. So that would be all the information. And that just gives them a heads up as to what went on. Pretty neat. And you just address it to them, whoever, and I'll close it up. We don't really need that. And there we go. Okay, so hopefully this is something that you can use as well. I appreciate you watching the video. Take care.